music creation concept for morphing. Morphing is really interesting because morphing leads to so many things, but here's one. Spectral layers, which is an incredible discovery and development by Steinberg, one of the great creators of the DAW. Spectral layers gives the capability to grab segments in interesting ways with their tools. They're kind of using spectral layers as Photoshop. So because you can see the spectrum, and because they have unique tools to grab the spectrum, you could take a riff and just grab certain lanes and certain selections, pull that out of the spectrum, send it to another layer, and then you have a layer to A/B with. So you have a morph. So in that way, you could do that repeatedly till you have like maybe 4 different layers or more. You're grabbing each spectrum, each selection of spectrum, using their unique tools, mind you. And then you have the capacity to morph between these layers, either as a vector morph, or just as regular mod wheel morph, or just as simple crossfade morph. So you can take very interesting things that are uniquely connected. That's the point, is the morph has a connectivity to it. And you could then blend them in strange ways, back and forth, and then modify those individual layers in morphs, so that each one of those has its own unique effects processing, so maybe you don't even recognize where you actually got the morph source from. So using a program like Spectral Layers that has this capacity to just select certain parts of the spectrum in unique ways, you can create a unique way to morph, and thereby you're creating a unique tone, a unique sound. There's many software now that are using these spectral layering capacity that has tools that you can grab the spectrum through various means, like even the source separation tools. You can use some of those tools from those software. So that's one way to morph that hasn't really been done. And what's unique about it is you're selecting not only just segments of the frequency, which would be one thing, that's awesome, but because they have a threshold capacity, you're also selecting various parts of the timbre that couldn't normally be easily grabbed from a regular audio editing application. So there's companies also like Isotope that are coming out with spectral editing software and all this kind of stuff. They were one of the first, actually. So there's a lot of research going on and development going on in the spectral side of things, and I love that side of things because that leads to a Pandora's box of creativity. So anyways, the thought of the day is to use the spectral layering tools to make morphs.